He wakes up before the alarm even goes off, not because he's rested, but because his mind never really stopped running. Meet Daniel Reed, the man everyone counts on, the one who always says yes. If you need a favor, he's there. If you're in trouble, he'll fix it. If you're falling apart, he'll drop everything no matter what he's carrying. And he tells himself that's what good people do. But lately, he's starting to wonder, when was the last time someone showed up for him? Phone buzzes. Bro, can you cover my shift today? He sighs, types back. Yeah, sure. Another yes. Another piece of himself given away. He's the guy who never complains, the one who carries everyone's chaos with quiet strength. But when he gets home at night, there's no one waiting, just silence, and the weight of every yes he never wanted to give. Messages flood in. Hey, can you send me some cash? You free to talk? I need advice. Can you help me move this weekend? Message after message, requests, demands, expectations, but not a single one asks, how are you doing? And that's when it hits him. He's surrounded by people who love his availability, not his presence. They love that he's always there, not that he's him. He's the dependable one, the safe one, the always yes one. But who's dependable for him? Each act of kindness chips away at his energy. Each no problem hides another piece of pain. And every time he saves someone else, he loses a little more of himself. Narrator VO. He doesn't remember the last time he said no, doesn't remember the last time he rested without guilt. All he knows is that he's tired. Not the kind of tired sleep can fix the kind that comes from being everything for everyone and nothing for yourself. He pulls over on a quiet road, street lights glowing faintly. He turns off the engine, sits there, hands gripping the steering wheel, eyes staring into the dark. Daniel softly, to himself, why do I keep doing this? No answer, just silence. For the first time in years, nobody needs him, and he doesn't know what to do with that. Narrator VO. He realizes something brutal. He's not helping people anymore. He's rescuing them to avoid feeling invisible. Because when they need him, he feels useful. When they call, he feels wanted. But when the world goes quiet, he feels forgotten. That's the addiction of being needed. It feels like love. Until you realize it's just dependency in disguise. He taught them that he'd always show up, that his time was free, that his energy had no limits. And now, no one thinks twice before asking for it. Narrator VO. He's done pretending he's fine, done carrying the world on shoulders that never get rest, done trading peace for approval. He's starting to see the truth. Availability doesn't equal love. Being there for everyone doesn't mean they'll ever be there for you. He lights another candle, takes a deep breath. The room is quiet. For the first time, that quiet doesn't scare him. It feels peaceful, honest. Narrator VO. Maybe peace was always there, he just couldn't hear it over everyone else's noise. He whispers to himself, I can't keep doing this. And this time, he means it. No more endless favors, no more silent suffering, no more proving his worth through exhaustion. Because now he knows you don't earn love by being available to everyone. You earn peace by being loyal to yourself. Narrator VO. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is stop answering calls that drain your soul. Because the moment you stop being available to everyone, you finally become available to yourself. Narrator VO. The day Daniel stopped saying yes was the day his life finally began. It didn't happen overnight. It started quietly, with a single choice. That morning, his phone buzzed like always, requests, favors, questions. But this time, he didn't reach for it. He sat still, staring out the window as sunlight spilled into the room. The world could wait. For once, they could wait. Narrator VO. He realized he'd spent years moving at the pace of other people's needs. Every call felt urgent. Every favor felt like a test of loyalty. But not once did he stop to ask, what about me? That morning, he finally did. He picked up his phone, looked at the messages, and for the first time in years, he said no. A small word, but it shook his entire world. Narrator VO. At first, it felt wrong. Guilt crawled in that familiar voice whispering, you're letting them down. But beneath the guilt was something new, something lighter, something like peace. He realized that saying no didn't make him selfish. It made him honest. Because truthfully, he'd been saying yes when he didn't mean it. He'd been showing up out of obligation, not love. And that's not kindness, that's self-betrayal. He thought about all the times he'd stayed late for people who left early on him. All the times he'd given advice to people who never listened. All the energy he poured into relationships that never poured back. He thought he was being loyal, but now he understood. Loyalty without balance becomes servitude. He started making small changes. He stopped answering calls that came with chaos, stopped explaining himself to people who only heard what they wanted to, stopped trying to convince anyone of his worth. He started protecting his mornings, protecting his peace, protecting his time. And in that protection, he found power. Narrator VO. When he stopped chasing people, he started finding himself. He had space to breathe again, to think, to dream, to remember who he was before everyone needed him. He learned that his energy was not an unlimited resource. It was currency, and he'd been spending it carelessly on people who never intended to pay him back with respect. He laughed softly, not with bitterness, but understanding. People will always take what you give until you teach them where the line is. And boundaries, they're not walls to keep people out. They're doors that let the right ones in. The first week felt strange. Some people got quiet, others got distant, a few got angry, but Daniel didn't chase any of them. He just smiled and thought, if my absence bothers you, you were never here for me, you were here for my availability. He was learning one of life's hardest truths: when you start valuing your peace, you lose people who never valued you. And that's okay. He started dreaming again. Not for others, for himself. That business idea he'd pushed aside, he started sketching it. The trip he kept postponing, he began saving. The guitar collecting dust in the corner, he picked it up again. It wasn't about escaping people, it was about returning to himself. Narrator VO. He realized something powerful. Peace doesn't come from being loved by everyone. It comes from being understood by the few who matter and accepted by yourself. He didn't need to be needed. He needed to be whole. He smiles. This time it's different. It's not someone asking for something, it's someone asking about him. Narrator VO. When you stop overextending yourself, you make room for the right people. The ones who see your heart, not your hand. The ones who respect your time, not your convenience. He watches the sky melt into gold. A soft wind brushes against his face. He whispers, This is what peace feels like. He had spent years running from silence. Now silence was home. Narrator VO. It takes courage to pull back your energy. It takes strength to say no more. But the moment you do, you stop surviving for others and start living for yourself. Because peace isn't found in being available to everyone. It's found in being faithful to your own soul. Narrator VO. It's funny how peace changes a man. How silence, the same silence that once felt heavy, now feels sacred. Daniel wakes up before sunrise again. But this time, he's not exhausted. He's calm. There's no rush, no buzzing phone, no weight pressing on his chest. He gets up, makes coffee, slowly watches the steam rise. There's something healing in that stillness, something he never noticed before. Narrator VO. He used to start his days by checking messages, jumping into other people's problems. Now he starts them with gratitude. He writes, Today I choose peace. Today I protect my energy. Today I will not pour into people who never pour back. He's learning that life doesn't reward constant availability, it rewards clarity. The clearer he gets about what matters, the lighter he feels. He no longer picks up every call. He no longer apologizes for resting. He no longer explains why he's unavailable, because he finally understands his peace needs no justification. Narrator VO. He used to believe being needed was love. Now, he knows being respected is love. Being at peace is love. Being himself fully, unapologetically. That's love. Sometimes people still reach out, the same ones he once took without thinking. But now he chooses differently. He listens to his body, his intuition, his limits. If his spirit says no, he honors it. If something drains him, he lets it go. And he's learned something profound. You don't lose people when you set boundaries. You lose the people who were using you. The friend says, You changed, man. You're harder to reach these days. Daniel smiles, takes a sip of his coffee, and says softly, No, I've just started reaching myself. Narrator VO. He's not angry anymore. He's not bitter. He's grateful, because losing people who drained him made space for the ones who water his soul. He learned that solitude isn't punishment. It's preparation. That peace isn't boring. It's freedom. He doesn't chase anymore. He attracts. He doesn't beg for attention. He earns respect through silence. He doesn't live to prove himself. He lives to preserve himself. Narrator VO. It took losing everything that drained him to realize he already had everything he needed. He was never meant to be available to everyone. He was meant to be available to his purpose. Because when you stop giving your time to those who waste it, you start giving it to the things that grow you. When you stop chasing validation, you start creating value. When you stop being the solution for everyone else's chaos, you finally solve your own peace. Narrator VO. Daniel now lives differently. He answers slowly, speaks with intention, moves with purpose. He gives less, but what he gives is real. And that's the difference between noise and meaning. Because life isn't about how many people you can please. It's about how many days you can live with peace. He writes, "The moment I stopped being available to everyone, I finally became available to my destiny." He closes the notebook, smiles. Narrator VO. You don't owe everyone your time. You don't owe everyone your energy. You owe yourself peace. Because when you protect your energy, you protect your purpose. And when you honor your worth, you stop begging for belonging. Stop being available to everyone. Be available to you. Because your destiny, your peace, your life is waiting.